Alright, we're going to open up the Part Design Workbench, and we're going to create a sketch. And we just want to make sure that our options in our Sketcher Workbench, we have graduations of 10 and the primary spacing is 1 inch, and that we are in inches for the parameters units. So we'll just create a profile here, and I'm not being exact, I'm just creating the basic sketch and I'll constrain it later. And I'll just close it by double clicking there. And now I'll zoom in and constrain it to the dimensions that I want. So this length here will be 2, and I'm going to go more and I'm going to rename it. And I would suggest doing the same. It'll be a lot easier in our KnowledgeWare workbench. So I'll name it A, and it'll be 2 inches. And I'll do 2 inches for this length. And I want to name this one to B and constrain it to 2 inches. Now notice this kind of got lopsided, so we'll drag it up, and now we'll constrain this little length here to be, I'll double click on it, I'll go more, drag it over, and this is going to be T1, and the value will be 0.25 inches, so 1/4 of an inch. And this length here, do the same thing, and I'm going to name this one T2, and this one will be 0.2 inches. Now I'll create some radiuses, or radii. Double click, go more. This radius will be radius 2, and this is going to be 0.013 inch radius. And I'll just keep going with the radius because I double clicked on the radius toolbar. Same radius for this one, and I renamed it. Now this radius is going to be different. This is going to be R, and I want this radius to be 0.19 inches. Now all the other radii is going to be 0.013 inches, and that one's going to be R1. And I'm going to rename this to R5, and that's going to be 0.031 inches. And same with this one. This is going to be R4, and this is going to be 0.031 inches. And I'm going to exit the workbench, and I'm going to expand the constraints here. And notice here I'm going to double click on the offset here. For some reason it didn't take the name, so I'm going to double click on it and go more. I'm going to name it A, select OK. Now it's renamed A, and same with this, I'm going to rename it to B, and double check. Yeah, these the names didn't take on these, so this is going to be T2. Double click on this, go more. The whole reason we're doing all this is for our KnowledgeWare. We're going to set up a table, and it'll be easier for us to recognize if these are renamed. So I'll exit out of this workbench. I'll click in an area where it's not selected, and I'm going to rename this sketch, and I'm going to call it the extrusion profile. I'm going to rename the part number. This product part number is going to be Joggled Extrusion. OK. Now I want to do another sketch using the YZ plane. So click on the sketch tool and select the YZ plane. And I'm just going to do a profile. Nothing. And I want to do the profile. Whoops, I want to delete this. Do profile again. I want a straight line, then an angled line, and another horizontal line. And I'll double click to get out of it. Now I'll just constrain it. This line needs to be, I'll double click on it, do more. I'm going to name this distance to endpoint, and the value, let's make it 4 inches. I'm going to scoot this over, expand this, and it took the name. So now I'm going to do another dimension. And actually what you do is you click the dimension, and then you click off of here. Click the dimension. Now I'm going to right click and I'm going to say horizontal. So that'll give me a horizontal distance. And I want to name this transition. And I want to make it 5 inches. So that's the horizontal distance of that line, and I did that by right clicking. Now this is going to be called the depth, and I want this value to be, let's make it 0.75. Hit OK, and I want that length to be, double click. Okay, double click on the dimension and I'll rename it. It's going to be 2 inches, and I want it to be length.50. And so I have a length.50 that's 2 inches. So there we have our other sketch. I'm going to exit out. I'm going to just click in the empty area out in space so that the sketch isn't highlighted. I'm going to go to properties. I'm just going to rename the sketch to joggle profile. Select OK. And I'm just going to save this as the joggled extrusion.cap part.